Welcome to Parallel Universe. There are actors and then there is Al Pacino. A man whose performances did not just define American cinema but fundamentally expanded what the medium believed it was capable of containing. The Godfather, Scarface, Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, Son of a Woman. For 5 decades Al Pacino was quite simply one of the most electric human beings ever to stand in front of a camera. But the man the world sees today at 85 produces a reaction that even his most devoted admirers were not fully prepared for. And the full story of how he got here is as remarkable as any role he ever played. Al Pacino was born on April 25, 1940, in the East Harlem neighborhood of Manhattan, New York, to Sicilian immigrant parents who separated when he was 2 years old. He was raised by his mother and grandparents in the South Bronx in circumstances that gave him an understanding of survival, of hunger, and of the particular dignity of people the world overlooks, an understanding that would power the greatest performances of his career from the inside out. He studied at the Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg and spent years in genuine poverty before The Godfather in 1972 changed everything overnight. He was 31 years old, virtually unknown, and delivered a performance so quietly devastating that it is still being studied in acting schools 50 years later. What followed was a decade of work so consistently extraordinary: Serpico, The Godfather Part 2, Dog Day Afternoon, and Justice for All, that film historians still struggle to name a comparable run by any actor in the history of American cinema. He finally won his Academy Award for Son of a Woman in 1993 after 8 nominations, a moment the industry greeted with the particular relief of correcting a long-overdue injustice. But the personal life has always been the more complicated story. Al Pacino never married. He has 3 children across 3 relationships: Julie with acting teacher Jan Tarrant, and twins Olivia and Anton with actress Beverly D'Angelo, born when Al was 62 years old. The relationship with Beverly ended bitterly and publicly in a custody dispute that dragged through courts for years with an ugliness that neither party emerged from cleanly. Then came the chapter that genuinely surprised everyone. In 2022, at 83 years old, Al Pacino began a relationship with Noor Al-Fala, a producer 43 years his junior. In June 2023 she gave birth to their son Roman, making Al Pacino a father for the 4th time at 83 years old. The relationship ended shortly after Roman's birth. A paternity dispute followed before an agreement was reached. In 2026 Al Pacino is 85 years old, a father of 4 spanning 5 decades of his life, and carrying the visible weight of a life lived entirely at full intensity. He moves more slowly now. The volcanic energy that once barely fit inside a cinema screen has quieted considerably. But the eyes remain entirely his. And anyone who has ever watched him work knows exactly what still lives inside them.